Good morning. I just saw you, Seema. Now you're the ghost of Seema Weiss.
I know, right?
All right, so we're gonna give it a couple of minutes. We're gonna kick it off here at 9:35 this morning. Now you're the ghost of Seema Weiss.
I know, right?
Sorry, I was playing this live on YouTube, so it was playing in the background, so sorry. All right. So like I
No
said, we'll
problem.
kick this off in 4 minutes. We'll give enough time for people to get in here because we all know people are late risers and late to the show. They're on island time like I am most of the time. All right. Good morning, Christy.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. See your ugly Christmas sweaters on.
It's officially Christmas time, got to dress it up around here.
I am recording this just so you know.
I had a
So,
reminder written down for me to dress.
okay. All right. Like I said, those that just jumped in here, we're letting everybody jump in here. We're going to kick this off here in 3 minutes. Good morning, Mr. Crawford.
Good morning, Mr. Catlett. Things
Chaps.
well?
For those that don't know, Robert, he is one of my previous lenders and partners on a deal we're doing. He's a previous lender, so he's gotten paid back. And now he's a partner on a new construction deal that I've got going on. So there you go. Some proof behind. I didn't even ask him to come in here. He just hopped on in here. He actually joined the club. So, which is pretty good.
Yeah, really excited. Thank you.
Well, thanks for coming. Thanks for being here, Robert. I'm glad we can keep doing business and making money together.
Hey, Adam, by the way, on the jam session, I think two people asked for the link. So I sent Heather and I think there was another person. So I don't know if
Okay.
they're on the team, but just FYI.
Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, just waiting on kicking this off here. Let's see here. I think I'm just all right. Well, you know what? I don't want to waste your guys' time. Y'all are here on time, so I'm going to go ahead and kick this bad boy off. All right. So, for those that don't know me, my name is Adam Catledge. I'm the owner and founder of the Patriot Capital Group, and I've been in Sub 2 since 2022, and now an Owners Club member and part of Rhea Campbell's Founder Council. So, if you haven't been on there, if you haven't checked her out yet, make sure you check her out. It's a great opportunity. But this club, today's call is our second call on our fractional club that we've got going on. And this is a lending club. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up my presentation and get started. And then bear with me for a second. I'm not as tech savvy as some people. So here we go. Can you see my screen, Christy?
Yep, we got it.
Okay. All right. So here we go. The Patriot Capital Club Investment Club, build wealth through action, impact, and compassion is what we're going after. And like I said, a little bit about me. My name's Adam Catledge, retired Marine, turned full-time real estate investor. I've been at this, been on this next chapter of my life since 2022. Retired from the Marine Corps in 2023 as a gunnery sergeant, served 20 years, joined at 17. And then joined at 17 and retired at 37. And so I really decided I needed to figure out what I was going to do with my life when I got out of the Marine Corps. And I found Pace Morby on through Bigger Pockets, and then went down that YouTube University rabbit hole And I'm pretty sure that a lot of you can relate to that, the magic got you and you jumped right into to the fold of Sub 2, Gator, wherever you're at in the creative campus, if you're in the creative campus. But really found the passion and in creative finance, because just like not a lot of us in the military have, hundreds of thousands of dollars sitting in the bank account. A lot of times people are living paycheck to paycheck. And so I saw the value in creative finance, but I also wanted to jump into a space that I could really build my dream, build a goal build an achievable goal for myself for long-term generational wealth. And so really found the passion for real estate. And so when I jumped into Sub 2 community and really started educating myself, the biggest thing that I really found value in, was the collaboration amongst the people in the community. And so I started reaching out to the community members and really finding out what they were doing, watching the videos. But I just started taking massive imperfect action. And so I was able to acquire my first deal within the first 30 days. It was a lake house in northern South Carolina that we use as a family home. And now it's a short-term rental that does pretty good. And then moved on to Sub 2, and then moved on to wholesale a little bit, and really decided that, hey, buy and hold is where I need to be at, because I had the active income coming in. I had from my retirement and veteran benefits that were coming. And then my spouse, he is still, active duty military, and he got income. So we saw it was time to start building that generational wealth. And so when I started on this journey, I had one property. And from then, I grew to over a 20 property portfolio, because I've already been part of another company, sold my equity in that company, and really grew my experience through different exit strategies. And those exit strategies were Airbnbs. We started out, we did midterm rentals. We moved on into sober living homes, working in collaboration with Oxford Homes, and they're a sober living operator, and also local sober living operators in the Beaufort, South Carolina area. And then we transitioned to co-living, and really found a passion in the co-living space because of the affordability and what we were able to do with bringing affordable housing to single individuals through working with Pad Split on their platform. And then I moved into new construction. I bought a business. I bought and sold a business, bought commercial real estate. So, I share all that because I just want you to know that I have a wealth of knowledge and behind me of all of the experience that I bring to the table to lead a community like this that I'm trying to put together. And so, also, I've been able to raise a little over over $3 million. I think we're probably more close to $4 million now, with the new construction that we're doing. And so it's a wealth of knowledge. Now, I'm not going to say that I'm sitting here, I'm perfect and I know everything, because I don't claim to know everything. I far from it. I do not want to tell you that. I want to tell you that I'm an action taker, and that I will collaborate with others for their knowledge as well. And so, just like Christy Thompson, I worked with her. She's my chief of staff, and she is a wealth of knowledge on the business acquisitions side. She is part of our team, and so our team brings that wealth of knowledge together to collaborate and then collaborate with others. So what we're building here, we're building an investment club. This is not an equity club. This is a lending club. And so what we're going to be doing inside this club over the next 12 months is we're going to be the club together. We're going to pool our resources together. And this is amazing because, you've got people that are going to come in for $10,000, $20,000, $50,000 if you'd like to come in, and you're going to be able to come in and play with a larger pool of money, because a lot of people think, oh, I'm just stuck with $10,000 in my account and I can't go out there and lend on these RV parks, multifamily deals, single family, new construction, whatever it is, transactional lending for Morby methods, higher EMD on the RV parks. I can't be a part of that because I only have $10,000, $20,000 in my self-directed IRA that I can use. So this is a great opportunity for you to come in and learn how and play in the space, the larger asset class space, because you have access to the pool of capital that we're creating here. And so we're going to be lending on transactional lending. We're going to be lending on multifamily, RV parks. We're going to be lending on a wide variety of products, asset classes and opportunities within inside the space that that we deem. And so we'll be screening those opportunities that come in with into the club. We'll publish once we close the club. We'll publish our lending criteria, and it's also an opportunity for you to bring your deals to the table as well, to present to the club and let us see if that's an opportunity that we would like to collectively lend on. And so it's a great opportunity to work with others if you haven't done so. Some of the criteria for the club. So the minimum investment is $10,000 to get you started. Now, how can you use that $10,000? You can use it. You can do a personal name. You can use your LLC. You can invest in a self-directed IRA. I think Seema, she's joining into the club. She's using her self-directed IRA. And so if you haven't set up with if you haven't had an opportunity to set yourself up with a self-directed IRA yet, please let me know. And what I'll do is I'll connect you with Directed IRA. It's a Matt Swanson and Mark Collier's company, and they will be able to assist you in transferring funds over to a self-directed IRA, or you can just put it in your personal name or LLC name or whatever you deem that's appropriate for you. And so what we're doing is we're committing this for 12 months together, so we can go out there and lend on take on lending opportunities anywhere from the 6 month, really, the 6 months to 12 months really should be more, we could do transactional lending for 24 hours up to 12 months if we wanted to, for our long terms for inside the club. And then our projected returns, 12% annualized return. A lot of you see the ups and downs in the IRAs and the stock market. And so this is just an opportunity for you to say, hey, let me get 12% on my money. I might have $10,000 sitting in the bank account in a savings account that's making 3, 4, 5% in a money market account. But let me throw this into a higher yield savings account, really is what we're looking at. But you can have opportunity we can deploy that and make more of a return for you. And all of our stuff that we're going to be doing is going to be worked through title companies. We're doing it the right way. We're doing it. It's going to be secured by the real estate, and we're going to be able to, we want to make sure that you understand how to properly and ethically lend on things, and also how it should be done the right way, rather than somebody might pick up the call and you might be new to the game and say, hey, they want to borrow some money from you. And you say, okay, you agree to it. And then they say, hey, wire me to my bank account. And you can say BS because Adam Callis told me not to, right? Because this is how he showed me how to actually do it. And then we're going to, just like I said earlier, we're going to diversify our opportunities, and you're going to have an active participation. This is not a consumer club. You're not just going to sit in the shadows and just take on information. And this is not a course. This is an active participation. You have to be able to vote on these opportunities that we have, or we can't participate in it. So please be aware of that. One of the deals that I just did, I just want to highlight this on here. I just closed a deal with Pace Morby. Me and him are partners on a deal down in New Orleans. As you can see, the Superdome back there in the background, the New Orleans skyline. But this is our place right here. It's called International Apartments right now. But we're going to gradually, over the next year or two, transition this into the Patriot Estates, where we're going to be able to house veterans in the HUD-VASH program. But also we're taking 9 of the units and creating co-living units. So we're going to be able to blend multifamily with multifamily with single families, and also single individuals inside the affordability umbrella. And so this was a great opportunity for us. We were able to get this property seller finance. We were able to get it. I was able to negotiate this property to 0% seller finance. We were able to delay payments for 6 months so we can get it up and operational, and we were able to raise our capital on it. And so This is just some of the calculators we use. We have a wide variety of calculators that we're going to be sharing with the community between our co-living. We're going to be sharing our single family underwriting calculators, just everything that we have, you're going to have access to with inside this club. And so, let me see here. Here we go. All right. So how's it work? All right. So for those that have not been on the Patriot Capital Club, Chris, do you mind dropping a link to the club for me into the side chat?
Yeah, I'm dropping it now.
Okay. So if you click on the club link that Chrissy's going to post there, you're going to see a blue button. And if you haven't created an account yet, you can go back and watch this video. But you can go onto the club website, and you're gonna see at the top right, it's gonna say submit your commitment. And there you're going to be able to pay right now. So say if you don't have your self-directed IRA up and you wanted to actually use that in regards to working with us on this club, all you got to do is just click that button and you can go ahead and secure your spot today. And then you can transfer the funds at a later date for, transfer the responsibility and the name over to your self-directed IRA. So just because you commit today doesn't mean you can't use your self-directed IRA over the next few weeks once we close this thing up and actually get funded. So once the club's closed, and I say closed, that means everything's fully subscribed, everybody's committed, we've raised our $500,000, and now we're going to be able to close the club and actually form our LLC and start getting working. And so that'll put Fractional to work. We're leveraging Fractional for this community, for this opportunity, because it's a great platform for us to leverage their back end. What they're going to provide us with all of our bookkeeping. They're going to provide our banking for us. They're going to provide our K1s at the end of this year and next year, so for 2025 and 2026, they're going to do all the K1s for us. They're going to be able to manage the legal side of the club. So this is why we're leveraging that community, their platform, because we want to make sure we're doing it right, and we're doing it right for everybody involved, and doing right by everybody involved. Now, here's where it goes back into we've got to be able to have an active participation. This is not a passive opportunity. You have to be able to vote on these opportunities so that we can move forward with those opportunities, because you have a voting right as a member of this LLC. This is not a fund. You're not an LP. You're an active participant. All right. Now, here's what I'm excited about. And this is where, if you become a member of the club, these are the things that you're going to get with us. And this is what the value that me and my team are providing to the club. We're going to talk about how you can create your active income, and streamline that between bird dogging, deal sourcing. We're going to provide you some scripts. We're going to get on calls with you, in regards to how to shape that, how I've done my active income, and how other people on my team have done that as well. We're going to talk about development, new construction. Like I said, me and Robert Crawford, we just partnered on a deal in Beaufort, South Carolina, on a new construction where we're leveraging him as a partner, but we're also leveraging other private money to come in and fund the overall larger piece of it. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to have weekly collaboration calls with myself and my team, where we talk about a wide variety of topics. We're going to have hot seats that you can come in. I think those of you that have been on my calls before, you've seen how, I try to do those daily right after the jam session for a little bit, but you see how I like to talk to people and how I like to help them find their North Star. And so I want to do the same thing for a more in-depth analysis of where they're at in their business, where they're at in their journey, and help them move the ball forward on and achieving their goals while we're in this 12 months. And so also, I've got people on my team that are doing other stuff. Like I said, Chrissy Thompson's in here. She's bought 25 HVAC companies and rolled them up into private equity. And so she's going to come in and speak on business buying and how that all operates. And so it's just a great opportunity for you to get behind the scenes of us and what we're doing and the value we can bring to you. In addition to that, we're going to be able to give you access to all of our deals. So outside of the club, I've still got business going on. I've got multiple businesses running at the same time. And so you're going to have an inside look at that and opportunities to partner outside the club on deals that we have. And we'll give you first right of refusal on on our deals if you want to partner on those deals. deals as well. And we're going to talk about how to raise capital. I mean, that's what I'm doing here, but also outside of this, how I was able to raise over $4 million, over $3 million, almost $4 million in private money over the last 3 years. When I started out, I didn't know how to raise private money, but all it is about networking. And so I want to share that knowledge with you as well. And here's one of the, and one of the bonus benefits is if you do feel like you want to really get a return on your investment and have some a true large chunk of skin in your change you've got set aside, and you want to, my words are all messed up, right? But that's just how I am. You get what you get with me. So but if you want to invest $50,000, I'm going to commit 2 days with you to help you grow out your business. See what we talk. I think today on Pace Moore was talking about a little bit about what he's doing with that. And it's almost similar to what we're doing. We're going to hang out for 2 days. We're going to be in lockstep together, and we're going to build a business for you. We're going to make sure you get a deal. We're going to make sure that you have, or the skills to get a deal. I can't make you do anything. So I can only tell you what I know, and you can run with it. You've got to take the action. And so we're going to cover, what you'll get with that $50,000 investment. And really think of this as a, it's not that you're losing $50,000. You're making $50,000 work for you. You're leveraging it. Okay. And you're using that $50,000 as a tool to build your future, because you're going to get that money back at the end of the 12 months with all the returns you've made over the time. So the money never disappears. This is an opportunity for you to learn and earn at the same time. And so you're going to get that, what we've got in here. I've got Pedro on the call. He's my chief technology officer. He's building out an amazing CRM for us that's going to be that no one else in the community is going to have. And that should be going live here next week, I think it is, for us to beta test. And so you're going to get access to that. You're going to get hands-on experiences with me and underwriting and with West. You're going to get hands-on experience with Christy. So not just the 2 days with me, you're going to get handheld access to my team, what they're doing and behind the scenes. So really almost like an orbit program for us. And so also one of the things that I'm very passionate about is my Skill Bridge program. Right now I'm on my 3rd Skill Bridge intern. And what that is it is an opportunity for people in the military to come off of active duty in their last 6 months of active duty, and they can come work in companies. And so I'm approved by the Department of War to host veterans that are getting out of active duty service, and we don't have to pay them. We don't have to do it. All we have to do is provide them a skill and to train them into what we're doing or what they're interested in. And we're able to give back to them on education, on skills that we deem just essential for growing in this space. And so the Skill Bridge program, you can look it up, just Google Skill Bridge and get an idea of what it is. But it's a great opportunity to, if you can get partnered up with the Department of War, like we've already approved on that. That's what we're going to leverage for these guys, for y'all that invest $50,000 with us. And so that's it in my presentation. I would love to take some questions on here. Let me exit this. Stop sharing. There we go. All right. Well, I appreciate y'all listening in here. We got Kai on the house. Sorry, Kai, I didn't see you in here when I was doing my rant on the chat, the setup of the commitments. But Miss Seema, what you got?
So when you say about that if we would do 50,000 or more, if it's like less than that, then what contribution do I what is it that I can get the max benefits? I understand I saw the 50,000 one.
Yes. So the 50K is where I'm going to fly to either your city or you can come out here to San Diego to hang out with me. And we're going to, so that's an in-person 2 days. We're going to hang out, no other distractions. We're going to dedicate that time to you and your business, where you want to go, and leverage all of the access that I have for those 2 days. And, in all honesty, I'll tell you, it's probably going to be more in 2 days afterwards, because that's just the type of person I am. I want to make sure that you succeed. So, but I can commit to 2 days with you. And I would love to say I could commit 2 weeks with you, but I can't, because I got a business to run. So, but all the other stuff, if you invest, $50 or $49,999 and less, then you get everything else, but you just don't get the 2 days.
Gotcha. And when you say to get it from the directed IRA, does that leave? I just want to know because I'm not too familiar with the, how the retirements and all that stuff works. I'm really bad on that side.
Can you repeat the question one more time, please?
So when you say that, the 50,000, when it goes to the investment fund and stuff, does that typically leave? I'm not very educated on the retirement stuff or
yeah.
How
So
does
whenever you move your money from, you have a Roth IRA, right? That's
Yes,
what
I do.
You're going to move it from
Yeah.
the Roth IRA over to a self-directed IRA. And then the self-directed IRA will deposit funds into the club. And now, so you technically are not a member of the club. Your IRA is the member. Kyle, do you want to elaborate a little bit on that? I that's about as much as I know. I want to make sure that I don't tell you something I don't know. And so that's why I've got Kyle in here to help out with that.
Yeah, I want to have the technical part because if I would do my husband had the 401k, so we will be merging everything over directed. But I'm is it because he wants to still have his stuff going so on the side, and I just don't want to kind of disturb everything what he wants to do with his retirement. So I just trying to understand the technical part of the directed IRA.
I feel like if I ask you questions about, you said your husband wants to do things on the side, I feel like that might take us into the weeds. So whatever funds you want to invest into alternative assets like real estate, you can move that over into your SD IRA. If you want to keep your 401k, cool, awesome, great. But the funds you move over to SD IRA, we at Fractional will work with your custodian to get the investment into Adam's club approved, and then they will commit the funds from your IRA into the club LLC's bank account, which will then be a part of all the club funds that are being used in this club deals. Does that kind of make sense?
Okay. Yeah, it's yeah, sort of. I'm just trying to because I don't know that much of because the reason why he wants to has his stuff in stocks, and I'm for him it's a new thing too, the investment side of the real estate, which we want to do that. But he's right. Well, my I'm making some money and stuff on the whatever it's invested and stuff. I was yeah, I'm giving him the broader picture, and of course he's open to options. I just want to understand myself so I can, make it clear for him.
Hey, Seema, you don't have to transfer over all of your funds either. So if he wants to keep his funds where they are or half of them, and you just want 50K to invest in this, you can do that, right? You don't have to transfer everything in your 401k over at one time if you're not quite done with that and you're not committed to that.
Gotcha. Okay. No, the reason why we are trying to move it, he's agreeing on that to move it because it was his old job and stuff and all that. So we want to have it so we can do invest in the real estate on site. So but it just kind of when people see their numbers oh, I'm making this much money, when they check their 401ks or Roth and stuff, oh, I'm making so much money in the market right now and stuff, I don't want to have it disturbed, and I just want to be clear on that aspect.
I think one of the things too that is going to be beneficial for you is I put you in an email earlier. I don't know if you saw it yet.
Yes, I did sign up actually with Daniel, and I just booked it right now with him.
Okay, so yeah, so those are some great questions that you're going to be able to ask him. I mean, they're a wealth of knowledge there at Directed IRA. If you haven't gone on their website yet, they have videos on everything. Also, Robert, like I said, he's moved his money over from the government to self-directed IRA. And Robert, did they make that a seamless process for you?
Yeah, it was really smooth, and they provided a lot of guidance because doing it the first time and everything, and it's pretty simple once they walk you through, but they're very hands-on.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Thanks, Miss Seema. And thanks for coming to my calls every day. I appreciate that. Staying consistent. All right, Mr. John, what's up? How's South Carolina?
Hey, Adam. It's all good here. I got to thank my wife for passing along the information to, I was directed, oh, you want to get on Adam's call? I'm like, yes, I want to get on Adam's call. And I will say to the person that was previously just on, I've definitely have been educated with self-directed accounts. I've been in that game several years now. I started with a different custodian, and I'll say I'm very thankful that I was exposed and I learned. But I did end up spending way too much money on the custodian, and it was kind of painful. I've moved everything to directed IRA, and I am going to put an asterisk here. They're not perfect, and neither is anybody else in that space.
Yeah.
However, they are incredibly knowledgeable. They will help you out. They are the best value in the game as far as I'm concerned. They're incredibly competitive, and they offer everything that you need. I've now added additional accounts that I have with them, so I couldn't be happier really from that side. They'll take good care of you. On this particular opportunity, you most likely have a partner in me. I just need to check a couple of things, but it'll be on the smaller side. A lot of my capital is out working right now. I'm curious, is there any opportunity for greater upside based on the particular investment that you make? Are you capping it at 12% for the participants?
Yeah, so I want to be able to I want to say 12% is where we're gonna target, but as you know, that's just a soft there. When we do transactional lending, there's going to be a lot more than 12% made on those,
Right.
So
I guess my question,
there is upside to it that I just want to say 12% right now because that's what I'm comfortable saying, because that's where I know that we'll be making more on that. I want to under promise and over
deliver.
Yep.
Okay, and that's what I didn't understand. I didn't know if it was capped, or is it going to be truly based on what deals we get into. If a deal's 20% and everything goes well, because sometimes everything doesn't go well. If everything goes as planned and you earn 20% on whatever capital you deployed, do the members participate in that 20%, or is our participation as membered ratcheted back because of our status?
No, you are gonna. I'm giving participation up to everybody that is in the club, right? This is our club together, and so you will participate in all of the upside.
Got it. And we take the risk in whatever.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, you've answered that question. Thanks,
everything
Adam.
in real estate's a risk. You want to make sure you try to do it as safe as possible, but this is an investment, and so there are risks involved with it, and so. If you need the $10,000 to put food on your table, then I don't want you to be in this club. I think that, I want you to be able to provide for your family. But if you want to come out here and and work with a leader in the community, if you want to work with a company like Fractional that can lower the risk of you participating in a club, then I want you to be part of this club. But there is risk.
Oh, okay, my video it skipped, so it's all good here. Thank you so much for answering the question.
Yes, sir.
And I'm probably going to jump off. I've got a electrician here for a house issue, so you'll hear from me. Take care.
Right. Tell Miss Sue I said hey.
Oh yeah, and you know what? I do need the. Did you put the fractional link somewhere? Not in the chat because my computer. I don't have any electricity.
I will. I'll text it over to y'all or email it over to you.
That's fine. Yeah, you can email it to Sue or text it to Sue, as long as because sometimes the fractional if you go onto the fractional site, it's not the easiest thing to find an active investment. At least that's been my experience. Having the link really helps.
Okay.
All right,
All
take
right,
care.
John. I appreciate it.
Yep. Bye.
Mr. Gonzalez, what's up?
Hey Adam, how are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Awesome.
Listen up, my dogs are barking right now in the background. Cap.
Yeah, I just got mine from the back as well. Hey, a couple questions here. Actually, I think of three questions. One, a little bit of what John was saying or asking before about the percentage on the investments. Are you targeting? Well, you answered already. The 12% kind of vary up and down. Now, the type of projects that you're thinking on utilizing these funds. What is the time frame that you're aiming at?
Well, the time frame, it depends, right? So let me give you some examples, right? So we've got we're looking at some land development, right? So that could be potentially a 6-month lend, a 7-month lend. We've got opportunities for transactional lending for like Morby methods where it's 24 hours and we're getting maybe 2 or 3 points of that lend brought back into the club. And so those annualized returns are really good. And so those are just 24 hours to 48 hours. We've got EMD opportunities where we can make, 15 to 20% on those,
Right.
just points, for EMD that's going to be out anywhere from a week to maybe 30 days, just depending on what type of asset it is.
Okay.
We've got, so the time frame is has to stay within our 12-month commitment. And as we start getting closer and closer to, and Kyle, I might be, just let me know, but when we get closer to the end of the club, our timeline on our promissory notes has to cut down, correct?
Yeah, you want your promissory notes to line up with when you anticipate closing of the club. Obviously, if you're still waiting for some funds to come back, you delay that a little bit. So there can be a little fluctuation there, but you want to line it up as much as possible.
Okay. Does that answer your question, Mario?
Yeah. I was wondering if so that way you can we can reutilize the funds over and over, and perhaps capping it like 6 months, no longer than that. So that way, get the funds back and then utilize back again, and then double return.
Yeah. The goal is to not lock up $500,000 into one deal.
Right.
The goal is to move money as much as possible within the club. We want to see it turn and turn and turn, because I do not want this, our pot of money, to be just stuck into one asset class, one opportunity, because then the risk is too much.
Right.
And so I really want you guys to see how you should properly do this and diversify your lending opportunities.
Okay.
And so lending on multiple assets will allow us to turn the money quickly.
Right. All right. So the second question that I have, I saw, I didn't know or I wasn't aware of the goal that you have there for the 500,000. Is that right?
Yes.
Now, if we were to if the members, do all the process, the deposits and so forth, and if for some reason, hopefully not, but if for some reason we don't reach the 500,000, what will happen? Or are you okay with the 300,000, for example?
Yeah, I think over the next week or so, we're going to analyze where we're at. We're doing a big push on everybody to get into over the next few days. And this weekend's really going to be heavy for me. A lot of follow up if we don't close today. But Kyle, can you answer that? Can you answer that question? What happens if we do not meet that threshold of 500,000?
Yeah, so that's the beautiful thing about these investment clubs, especially on the debt side, because you're not raising capital for a specific deal.
Right.
You're raising capital to then deploy out on multiple deals, right?
Right.
So if Adam and the club leaders and all the club investors, let's say it was at 300, if they want to still move forward at 300, you would move forward at 300. The same thing if you overraised, got 700,000 in the same situation.
Okay. And the next question I have, and that's it, so that way other people can ask questions, probably more to you, Kyle. What is going to be the percentage breakdown on the returns from members versus fractional and you, Adam?
Well, we're going to share in the profits. So whatever the return is for I don't think fractional has their fees that are set up. They don't get a cut of the profit. Is that correct, Kyle?
That's correct. Yep.
They just they have an admin fee that we have to pay annually, and that's the only cut they're getting.
Okay.
And so and then I can push out the fee schedule that we've got for us set up on side of art. Christy has that. She's working in collaboration with Michael and Vin on what they're almost mirroring what they're doing in their club.
Okay. So then what will be the breakdown on the profits between your company and the members?
I'll have to email that out. I don't have that written in front of me, but I appreciate that question though.
Okay. Sounds good, Adam. Thank you.
That tells me I need to put it in my slide.
Okay.
So thank you.
Perfect. Thanks.
And I believe Brendan's question is for me, correct?
Yes, Brendan's question is for you.
Hey, Brendan.
Can you guys
Good to
hear
see
me okay?
you. Yeah, we can hear you. We can see you.
Hey, Kyle, nice to meet you.
So I'm currently exploring a workaround with our team, seeing what that looks like, just to catch everybody up to speed. So to invest in a fractional opportunity, you either need to have a social security number, an ITIN, or be part of a US-based LLC, because then we can verify you with the EIN, and it's all about taxes, right? We need to be able to send you a K-1 at the end of the year for your tax purposes, so that's why you have to have one of those options. Brendan, you said it takes about 60 to 90 days to open up a new US-based LLC?
Yeah, so I actually went through Pace's partnership, so Prime Corporate. So they've been praised. They're doing like really good things. So I went through them, and the thing is, the company was set up relatively quickly. Like that's pretty much registered, but to actually get the ITIN number, when you're not a U.S. citizen, it takes 2 to 3 months, depending kind of the government timeline, because I think because of the shutdowns and everything, it's just taking longer.
Got it.
But after 60 days, I can call them and see about like expediting the process. But it's going to be most likely, 60 days.
And how far into that process are you? Like if it's 60-ish days before you can call you?
I think it's been a week.
It's been a week. Got it. So you're pretty early on. Okay.
A week, 2 weeks max, yeah.
Okay. So we typically form LLCs in Wyoming, which take a day-ish.
Yep.
But if you're already forming an LLC through Prime Corporate and that's what you're waiting on, I maybe just don't know enough information about your situation. Maybe you could open up another LLC and get it faster. Is that an option?
So that was one of the things I asked, but they said, it's not really in their hands. So
because Prime Corporate's going to issue you an ITIN, not an EIN.
Well, I think both. So they register the company, and then I think it's the government that assigns that to you, from what I understood.
Yeah.
Yes.
But when you're an international investor, I guess there's more hoops that they have to jump through. Or I don't know how it goes on behind the scenes, but
Brendan, I'll work with you offline on there's another company that I use to set up my LLCs, and they're pretty quick about it, with usually about a 24 to 48 hour turnaround with EIN and everything. So I'll reach out to you offline and see if maybe that's something you want, a route you want to go down, and then or take it back to Prime Court and let them work with it.
Okay, that sounds good.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Yep.
Yeah, of course. Thanks, Adam.
All right. Well, are there any other questions? If not, going once, going twice. I see my brother's in here, Ryan Catledge. Good seeing you here, bro. Let's see here. All right, Miss Seema, what you got?
Okay, so I do not have set up my LLC yet. What are your suggestions as I'm part of this? I want kind of do it the right way. I know I have heard it from a lot of people. It's okay, just make some money first and then do that. Now being in fractional and all that, I can go ahead and set it up. I know the process. I know how to do it. I'm like, should I do it in Texas or if Wyoming? Some advice on that. What are the thoughts on that?
So with setting up your LLC, I always tell people if you wait on to set up everything, you're never going to get started. But So, but you're investing one with the fractional through your self-directed IRA, so that's already taken care of. Now, as far as setting up your LLC, all your corporate structure, Brendan, he's used Prime Corporate Services. There's some other other companies out there like Laughlin Associates out in Nevada to set it up. But I'll tell you, I have my stuff structured through, I go through Wyoming as my holding company because it's for the anonymity piece of it. And then I have my LLCs for independence for each state of where, so I have mine and Robert's LLC that we created for our new construction. I created that in South Carolina, so that because it's a South Carolina business that we're doing. But the members, the member of that is Robert's LLC, his IRA. He's the member of that LLC, and then my holding company would be the LLC of the member of that LLC. So there's just different. So it depends on where you want to go. You've got Delaware for anonymity. You got Nevada. There's no wrong or right way to do it. It's just what your comfortability is and what service who you're working with. And so Prime Corporate Services is great, but there's other ones out there. I would shop around for sure. And not just stick with someone that, one company that we all use.
Right. And I want to being a beginner and stuff, because I also I've discussed with you about the active income. So I was like, I just don't want to right now, start off all this whole structure up. I just want to have the basic, how to do the step one and all that. And then of course, Prime, I have heard, but it's expensive. I can't do that right now. But I know what the process is of the LLCs. I have set it up already 3-4 different people. I just want to know that if I do the Wyoming, should I start with the holding and then put the LLC in it, and get it going that way?
And listen, I'm not an attorney. So I don't want to tell you the right way. I don't want to tell you the wrong way to go about it because everybody's situation is different. I can just tell you what I've done. And so I've gone the tiered route. I've went Wyoming, and then individual states where the assets or business is operating out of. And then it flows into my holding company. Now, but you should not be focused on that just to start your active income, because you need to start making money first. You need to start making money to be able to afford all of these different systems, these different, whatever you need. Because, you can go out there and wholesale some deals. You can go out there and bird dog and have that money brought to you inside your name. So don't think of just having an LLC is the only thing holding me back from making my active income. It's, I can't get started in bird dogging. I can't get started in wholesale because I don't have an LLC and an EIN number. That's not true. You can get started. I've had wholesale fees and assignment and acquisition fees brought to me in my personal name. Now that's my risk tolerance. That's where I'm at. Now, I'm not saying that's the right or wrong way to do it. But I didn't let having an LLC stop me from starting.
Right. And I'm the same way. I am not because I just wanted to have your thoughts on it, that and now I'm in the investment fund and I want to start my business, right? I want to start, I'm taking action. I'm ready to take action right now. So that's what my point is, that no, it's okay. I can wait on the LLC just to make some active income to support that, stuff, and then go and set it up. It could be maybe January. I don't know. I'm not sure. So that's, I just wanted to have a little, advice.
Yeah.
Which made it clear.
Yeah. And so the other thing too is if you go on the directed IRA reps, or actually if you go to KKOS, if you Google KKOS, that's Mark Collier and Matt Swarnson's company as well. They've got some great content out there on entity structures and how you could lay out your business and have your trifecta of your holding company, your trust, your active income LLC, your passive income LLC. I love their education they have on their website.
It's called KKOS.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. I will look into that. And then how soon, if somebody would do that, the investment, how soon are you planning to start, the 2-day, spending with that person.
Yeah. So as soon as we get closed up and we're funded, then I'll start plugging it away on my calendar.
Gotcha.
So the only time
Thank
I
you.
cannot be available is December 27th to the 4th of January, and then the 8th of January to the 13th of January. That's the only dates that I'm not available.
Got it.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, ma'am. I appreciate you. Brendan, did you have another question? Nope. Okay. Mario, what you got? And you're on mute.
Do you have a timeline for getting this all set up?
I would love to be closed today. So,
Of course.
so,
But what will be the top timeline that you say,
yeah,
okay,
so
this is
we're
cut off
going to
date?
make a determination if we lower the amount by next Friday.
Got it. Okay.
So
I'll be able
we
to
want to
make
get we want to get moving. So
Right.
we can take massive action with $300,000-$400,000. We can take way more action with $500,000, and so that's where we wanted to be. We wanted to start out at, but we're moving forward, and so
Okay.
we want people to go ahead and commit. We want to know so we can go ahead and start once we close the club and wherever we're at, we can start doing business together.
Okay. Got it. Yeah, I had some funds that I should be back sometime next week
Okay.
from my landing.
Well,
So
the
I
good
can,
thing is too that you could go ahead and commit on what you want to submit, commit today or on
okay.
what you want. And then you're not depositing funds today.
Right,
That's the
right.
good thing about it. It's going to take a few weeks for them to set up our LLC and for us to get fully funded. So we won't be able to start taking action until December timeframe,
Okay.
once we've closed the club. But the good thing about it is we're already, once we get fully funded, we're going to start prepping the runway with opportunities for us to start funding.
Right. Okay. Hey, by the way, on a personal note, I'll text you so that way we can set up a time next
Okay.
week to talk about the other deals.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. You shot me a text earlier saying you're
Yeah.
going to be out of town, right?
All right. Yeah. I'm
Okay.
leaving today. All right.
All
Thanks,
right.
Adam.
Thanks, brother.
Mhm.
All right. Well, I appreciate everyone being on here and being listening to me talk, meeting my team, and thinking about coming to the club. We really want you. I think this is a great opportunity for you to get your feet wet if you hadn't done anything yet, or if you're wanting to get into something new and work with us. This is a great opportunity because we're going to be providing a lot of value to you guys and gals over the next year. And I want to come spend 2 days with you wherever. I love to travel. So, if you like if that $50,000 mark is where you think you could be at, I want to come out, or if you want to come out to San Diego, you can stay here at the house, or you can stay at the Airbnb next door to me, wherever you want to stay. So, but I appreciate everyone being out here. And then not separate of this, I really want you to go out and take some massive action. I really want you to go out there and take that imperfect action and start today by doing that. Don't sit on a Zoom all day. Don't sit in and be a consumer. I want you to go out there and actually have intentional conversations with people and take that imperfect action. So with that being said,